Double-digit thousands back.
Well, you guys, I don't know whether or not I really want to show you this, but I'll get the footage just in case. I got in a car accident. My first ever, actually. I've been in the ditch once, but I never hit something head on head, bumper on bumper or whatever. Well, what happened was I was on an icy bridgeway, and it's a bit of an S-curve. I wasn't even going too fast, you know. I felt the ice, so I pumped the brakes a little bit, but anyways, there's a bit of a crest to the road, and of course it sucked me right into the guardrail of the bridge because it was a solid sheet of ice. So here's what we've done. This really sucks. I mean, look at this. This is a brand new headlight housing. Cracked in there, trash, and then it took a huge chunk out of the bumper. Thankfully, I was able to recover this big piece right here, but you can see bits of headlight housing shattered down there. There's a big old, it's hard to get on camera. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a big old dent right here I'm gonna have to take out. That's a hard place. Probably not gonna be able to do it with a plunger like you can most dents that I have, at least. Yeah, so this is great. I don't have much of a plan. I don't have anywhere climate controlled, so I can't paint anything. I can lay body filler, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that chunk, which is, it's right here, I believe. Yeah, right there. And I just detailed my car, if you can't tell, so that was a really sad day. I literally cried, but probably going to zip tie or just glue it back in there and then lay some body filler over top of it. And you know, get the bumper off to do that. And I got you saw the box for the new headlight housing. So yeah, that's the plan for now. I'm glad I'm okay. I'm glad I wasn't going too fast. I'm glad there was a bit of a drift I caught before I hit the guardrail. Otherwise I probably would have, you know, been in the danger zone in this area here. Maybe push like this back here or something like that. Push the bumper out. Maybe the airbags would have gone off. I could have pushed the radiator back. So I think I got off fairly easy. But yeah, I learned my lesson about downhills and icy bridges. Maybe if I have a little time later, another day, or just later today, if I can get this fixed quick enough, I'll drive through and show you so you can see the accident scene or whatever. But yeah, it really is unfortunate. I mean, this car is in absolute mint condition. I haven't introduced you guys to it, but most of you guys that watch know I have it already. The previous owners did an absolutely superb job of taking care of it. I mean, the maintenance booklet was over like 250 pages long. Everything was done within the maintenance schedule. Nothing, no compromises were made. And look at this interior too. There's been a few repairs made that I need to make again, but I mean, look at that. The volume knob on the radio was broke, so I did replace it, and then I installed some custom speakers. I can't go a vehicle without doing that. I love my music. But anywho, there's just a quick update. I'm glad I'm okay. This sucks. Thanks for watching. Alright, so the bumper's off. Damage is pretty minimal, actually. Look at the other end of the bumper here. I did fix a little bit of that while I was at work in the parking lot, but there's a little bit of cracking here, which won't even be a problem. I probably won't even do anything to that, to be honest. But yeah, here's a good idea what the other end looks like. Not bad at all. And then here is the headlight housing that broke. There's your shattered pieces. So it's cracked all the heck down here, and you can see it got ski hot in there. And this one, see, it's slanted down because it crunched in right here. That's where I hit. Compared to the other side here, you know, the straight one. And this panel here, I'm probably going to have to do something about too. I'm not getting rid of that one because it'll splash up into worse. And problem with these D16Y7s, those of you that are experienced probably know, is water splashes up sometimes when it's really deep or a rainy day into these distributors. It gets into the breather and then it starts misfiring. So that would just contribute to that problem if I got rid of that. So I can't. Yeah, you can see in here. It's a little bit loose, but it's staying in place. And then it's mounted here. It's probably loosened up or cracked. I can just glue it back together. But this, the front of it probably would have shattered and the body would have stayed in place if the said shop would have taken a little more time on this. You know, this end of the car hit a deer, actually. This is why this is new, before I bought it. And they had, instead of, you know, bending some of this mounts in this hole here, they just had it sort of set to the side, screwed on there, which I can understand. See, this one, it's actually inside this hole, but that, if I wouldn't have hit so hard, actually, that probably would have saved the headlight housing. But anyways, just got to get that guy off. Damage is minimal. That makes me happy. I should be able to fix this by the end of the day. Housing is out. We got a lot of crunch business going on here. Look at all that. So I think what I'm going to do is get the new housing in there and just size it up and twist it around until it mounts on and call it good. There we go. I got the other end apart. Not because I needed to, just for reference, so I know what that side is supposed to look like. Got everything bent into pretty much shape. I mean, it's not perfect, but now I can screw everything in and size it up. Alright, there you go. Got the line filled in on the inside. Now all I got to do is sand it down on the outside. Once I get it filled, I want to put the bumper on before I do that. And just swap in the housing here, and then we should be all set. I'm out of light, so I went ahead and skipped ahead here, but look at that. Night and day difference already. I mean, it's not perfect. I still got to get a plunger and pull it back a little bit, but look at that. I haven't even laid the stuff on top yet. It's still pretty rough, but I mean, it's way better. And the headlight housing isn't cracked. My blinker works again, you know. Everything's functional now. And, you know, wow. I'd say that was a great day's work. But, you know, here it is. Summertime. You know, whatever. Busy guy. Big semester. I thought I recorded this, but I guess I didn't. I got the outside filled up. There were some bigger cracks than I thought. There's even a little pop there, but I'm not too worried about that one. I can just punch it back in. But yeah, I just got to get it sanded down and painted up, and it'll all be good. I've decided not to record the guardrail end of the damage just for, you know, I don't know. I don't want it on camera anyways. But yeah, hopefully it'll be nice and minty. She needs a head gasket as well. That's unfortunate. You know, the antifreeze is chocolate milk covered now. Still runs like a charm. But that's something I need to get done this summer, because it's really something I don't want to do over the winter when stuff gets, you know, really cold and brittle. But other than that, it was a great car over the season. Got me to Oklahoma and back. So yeah, just nitpicking away at it, you know, being my busy self. We'll see how this goes. So there's the first layer of sanding. Just trying to get it as even with the bumper surface as possible. Yeah, that's about all there is to that. Guess I'm kind of done for today. Just gotta spray off and clean up. I'll just give you a few shorts in between the sanding process just to show, you know, step-by-step sort of things. You know, getting it all in the same general vicinity, sanded down, smoothed out, ready to paint. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm not a miracle worker here. I just want it kind of uniform. I think I'm done with this tier of grit. So when you have stuff like this, you know, mixing, I don't need perfect. You know, I've got these marks here and there, but you just sort of feel along for imperfections and sand away there, you know. Again, I think this is good enough for me. I don't need anything that's perfection. I just need a nice sort of clean matching look, better than, you know, that Bondo around there than what it was before. So hopefully it ends up okay. You have to have a really big screen to see this, but here's after some of the 400 grit. Looks and feels quite a bit smoother, especially between these transitions. This plastic's a little tough, but I think after I scrub it off it'll be better. But yeah, I just have to keep cracking away. All right, here you go, you guys. Yeah, I've just sanded down with the 1500 grit. It's as smooth as can be, you know, very minor imperfections. So yeah, ready to give it a wash, pull the bumper, and give it some paint. Alright, we got everything cleaned up. Bumper's off. All that black stuff is sort of painted down. That's the nice part about having it off the car. And you know, it's time to start priming. I wish I could do a quick, you know, speed overview of the process of me spraying like I did with my other painting video, but unfortunately I'm too busy of a man, so I'll just have to show you step by step. Sorry guys. But anyways, here we go. I'm no miracle worker, but there's coat number 1. And there's coat number 2. Looking pretty dang good. I was getting tons of spray up here, and if I would have taped it off, literally would have made no difference. So I'm just kind of wrapping all the way around, changing plans. All will be well though. Because of the wind, we had to undesirably move into the shed, but you know, so I opened the door, painted in between. But there's coat 3 of primer. It's looking really good actually. Minus this, you know, you can kind of see the cracks there, but you know, if I can see the cracks with nice shiny paint like that, it'll be no big deal. I mean, it's way better than a hole in the bumper, you know. Hopefully this was worth my time. We'll see. Final coat of primer. Those iffy spots there, they're kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. They're all roughed up, but it's not like there's any rough spots on the rest of the bumper, you know. To me personally, it's no big deal because this is just my conventional winter car. I just want everything to be matching in color, and you know, you can see these cracks. I should have put some more filler in there, but that is way better than, you know, having a big hole in my bumper or whatnot. If I really want, I'll get a bigger bumper, but hey, so far I don't think it's too bad. There you go, guys. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Again, it's not perfect, but you know, I'm gonna have a semi-flush red bumper rather than a big old hole in it, or you know, full of Bondo. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And it's about time to lay the first coat of paint. Hey, there is your first coat of paint. Wow, it actually matches fairly well, better than I expected. Coolio. There's coat number 2. It's not half bad. Again, you can see all these patches and stuff, but I mean, it's eons better than what it was before, and it actually appears to be kind of glossy. I'm still going to clear coat it, but that's really interesting to see too. Coat number 3. Look how well it's blending. I like that a lot. There's still some iffy marks here, but you know, a couple more coats and we'll be there. Here's our last and final coat. That looks really good actually, and it blends in real well. It's already pretty glossy, but yeah, now it's time to start laying clear coat, sand that out, and we'll be done. Coat number 1 of the gloss. It's pretty shiny actually. Not half bad, although not quite there, because you can see my reflection here, and then as you get into the new paint, it slowly fades away. So hopefully after a few coats it'll shine it up a little bit more, because right now that would really stick out like a sore thumb on the outside of the car. So when I get quite a few coats of gloss on there and then wet sand it down and wax and buff it, I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot better than that, but even that's all right. It's acceptable. It's eons better than what it was. There's your next coat of gloss. Not half bad. You can still see somewhat of a reflection. Enough to my liking, to be honest. For now it just kind of looks like a bit of a cracked bumper and not a hole in it and Bondo all over it. So you know what? It's good enough for me. I was being picky, but I'm not anymore. Time to throw another coat on. Alright everybody, wow, it's hot as balls in here. Anyways, there's our last and final coat. Now really, all I have to do is just, you know, wet sand it, clean it up, and then polish it wax and polish it, and I'll be good to go. So yeah, I can't wait to see the results. Like I said, not by any means is it perfect, but it's way better than it was. Awesome. Alright, I got it washed up. There's your results after the wet sanding. It's not perfect. I got some spill over there. There's still a little crack. You can still see the original crack. There's some orange peel, but again, this is my conventional winter car. It's not a showpiece, no big deal. It looks so much better than it did before, so I'm looking forward to getting it waxed up, throwing it on the car, and see how the finished product looks. Here you go, you guys. It's all polished up. Time to get it on the car. And surprise, surprise, here you have it, you guys. Holy cow, that actually looks amazing. It's a little bit, matte compared to the rest of the finish, but I bet a couple waxes, polishes, shines, washes or whatnot, it'll start to match on it a little better. You can see the imperfections, but I forget they're a bit lower on the car. I mean, from this sort of a distance, it looks great, actually, but way better than I expected to. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little video. It's unfortunate. I'll try not to get in any more accidents, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.
Counting double-digit thousands.